Welcome to my channel Old Valuable Coins. Though at first glance it may seem like an ordinary Roosevelt dime, the 1987D coin carries subtle details, variations, and stories that make it stand out to those who know what to look for. Let's start with the background. The one-dime coin in the United States has a long history dating back to 1796, but the Roosevelt dime design began in 1946. It was created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away in 1945. His image replaced the Mercury dime, and the design by John R. Sinnock became the standard. The obverse of the 1987D dime features the familiar profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1987. Just below the date, you'll see the small D mint mark, indicating that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The reverse design showcases a torch in the center symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left representing peace and an oak branch on the right symbolizing strength and independence. Around the outer rim are the inscriptions United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and One Dime. This classic design has endured for decades, and in 1987 it remained one of the most widely used coins in circulation across the nation. Now, let's explore the composition and physical details. The 1987D dime is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a pure copper core. It weighs 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters. The edge of the coin is reeded with 118 ridges, a standard feature for all modern Roosevelt dimes. The minting quality from the Denver Mint during the late 1980s was generally excellent, producing sharp, well-defined strikes. However, like all mass-produced coins, minor variations and errors can occur, and that's where collectors often find hidden value. Some 1987D dimes show interesting die characteristics, such as slightly weak strikes, misaligned dies, or minor doubling. Although these are rare, finding such an error coin can make a simple dime worth far more than its face value. Collectors often inspect these coins under magnification to look for doubled die errors on the inscriptions or Roosevelt's features. In some cases, off-center strikes or planchet errors have also been found, increasing their rarity and desirability. In terms of mintage, the Denver Mint produced over 754 million dimes in 1987, a huge number, which means most 1987D dimes are common in circulation. However, pristine examples in mint state condition can still attract attention from collectors. Coins graded MS65 or higher, especially with a bright luster, full details, and no major contact marks, are often sought after. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes to numismatists. The value of a 1987D dime can vary depending on its condition. In circulated condition, it typically holds face value, but in uncirculated or mint state condition, it can be worth a few dollars to coin enthusiasts. Exceptional examples certified by professional grading services can fetch higher prices, especially if they exhibit unique qualities such as full torch details or deep mirror-like surfaces. Proof-like examples or those with toning can also appeal to specialized collectors. Another interesting aspect of the 1987D dime is its role in U.S. coinage circulation history. In 1987, both the Philadelphia and Denver Mints produced dimes, but there were no official proof dimes struck for circulation. The U.S. Mint had transitioned through various technological improvements during the 1980s, refining its die polishing and striking processes, which resulted in consistently clean, detailed coins. The Roosevelt dime, including the 1987D, thus represents a period of modernization in American minting. From a collector's standpoint, many people overlook coins from the 1980s, thinking they are too modern to have value. But over time, well-preserved examples from this era are becoming increasingly appreciated. Coins like the 1987D dime help tell the story of late 20th century America, a period of economic growth, evolving minting technology, and the enduring presence of Roosevelt's image as a symbol of leadership and resilience. When collecting 1987D dimes, condition is everything. Look for coins that have sharp details, especially on Roosevelt's hair, ear, and the torch flame on the reverse. Avoid those with scratches, dull surfaces, or heavy circulation marks. Keeping your coins in protective holders, such as 2x2 flips or capsules, helps maintain their quality over time. Even if their current value isn't extremely high, preservation ensures they could become more desirable in the future as high-grade survivors grow scarcer. There are also some fun facts about the 1987D dime that make it stand out. This was one of the years before the US Mint began adding special mint sets again, so collectors seeking pristine examples often rely on uncirculated mint rolls or bank-wrapped rolls from that year. It's also part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series that continues to this day, making it an accessible and affordable way for new collectors to start a full date and mint mark collection. If you're checking your pocket change, always take a moment to inspect any 1987D dime you come across. While most will be common, you never know when you might find one in exceptional condition or one with an unusual mint error. Coin collecting is as much about discovery as it is about value. Every coin tells a story of where it came from, who used it, and how it survived through decades of circulation. The 1987D dime reflects America's tradition of honoring its leaders, its attention to craftsmanship, and its ability to produce coins that withstand the test of time. Whether you are a casual collector, a historian, or someone curious about the small details hidden in everyday money, this dime serves as a piece of history you can hold in your hand. Even though billions of dimes have been produced, each one carries the legacy of Roosevelt's leadership and the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint. It connects us to the post-World War II generation and the economic optimism of the 1980s. In this sense, the 1987D dime is not just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of American history, strength, and progress. First up, this dime features the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse, designed by John R. Sinnott. His profile faces left, with the word Liberty inscribed on the left side of the coin and the phrase "In God We Trust" appearing just below his chin. The year 1990 is positioned at the bottom, and the mint mark D is located near the date, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Above Roosevelt's head is the motto JS, the designer's initials, a subtle but important detail that many collectors look for. On the reverse side of the 1990D dime, you'll find a design that symbolizes strength, peace, and freedom. The central torch represents liberty, while the olive branch on the left stands for peace, and the oak branch on the right symbolizes strength and independence. Surrounding these elements are the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. The denomination 1 dime appears at the bottom, showing its face value of 10 cents. The 1990D dime was struck in a composition of copper and nickel, featuring a clad design that gives it its bright, silvery appearance. It weighs approximately 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, making it one of the smallest circulating coins in the U.S. monetary system. The reeded edge, with its tiny ridges, is designed to prevent counterfeiting and discourage shaving off small amounts of metal, a feature that dates back to the earliest U.S. coins. Although the 1990D dime is a common circulation coin, certain examples can be surprisingly valuable. The majority of these coins were produced for everyday use, but high-grade, uncirculated examples, especially those with no contact marks or discoloration, can attract strong interest from collectors. Dimes graded mint state 67 or higher are particularly sought after because they show sharp details and a brilliant, original luster. Some rare error varieties of the 1990D dime are also known to exist. Collectors have reported examples with off-center strikes, die cracks, and missing clad layers, which can dramatically increase the coin's value. These minting errors often occur during the high-speed production process and are cherished for their uniqueness. In some cases, a striking error can turn an ordinary 10-cent piece into a collectible worth hundreds of dollars, or even more, depending on rarity and condition. When examining a 1990D dime, pay close attention to the details. Look for sharp lettering, full torch lines on the reverse, and clean surfaces free from scratches or wear. The quality of the strike can make a big difference in determining its collectible value. Coins that have been preserved in mint sets or proof-like condition are especially prized by numismatists. In the 1990s, the Denver Mint produced millions of Roosevelt dimes, ensuring their availability in daily circulation. However, as time passes, high-quality examples become harder to find. Many coins were used heavily in commerce, resulting in worn-out surfaces and dull finishes. This is why collectors seek coins with original mint shine, sharp details, and no signs of damage from circulation. The Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946, continues to this day, honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt's legacy as a leader and humanitarian. His image was chosen to appear on the dime shortly after his passing, recognizing his efforts to combat polio through the March of Dimes campaign. Every time you see a 1990D dime, it serves as a small reminder of this historic connection between American history, public health, and coin design. In the world of coin collecting, even modern dimes like the 1990D can be part of an exciting hunt. Whether you find them in pocket change, rolls from the bank, or estate collections, each dime tells a story of its time. Collectors often build sets that include every year and mint mark combination, and the 1990D is an essential piece in that collection. For those interested in grading or preserving their coins, it's important to handle them carefully. Always hold a coin by its edges to avoid fingerprints and store it in a protective holder or coin flip to prevent scratches. Exposure to air, moisture, or extreme temperatures can cause discoloration over time, so proper storage ensures long-term preservation and potential value growth. The 1990D dime continues to attract interest on online marketplaces, coin shows, and collector forums. Prices can vary significantly depending on grade and rarity. A circulated example might be worth its face value of 10 cents, but a flawless uncirculated piece graded by a professional service can command prices much higher. Collectors especially appreciate coins with a strong strike, bright luster, and full details in the torch lines. Many collectors also look for coins with natural toning, the color changes that occur over decades due to environmental exposure. Some 1990D dimes show beautiful shades of blue, gold, or purple, which can add aesthetic appeal and value. Toning is often a natural sign of a coin's age and originality, distinguishing it from cleaned or altered pieces. The Roosevelt dime series has a long-standing place in American coinage, and the 1990D version is a fine example of its enduring design and historical importance. It represents the blend of artistry, precision, and symbolism that defines U.S. currency. For new collectors, studying coins like the 1990D dime offers a great introduction to the hobby, learning to identify mint marks, understand condition grades, and appreciate the details that separate common coins from hidden treasures. Even though millions of these coins were minted, only a small fraction remain in pristine condition. The beauty of coin collecting lies in discovering those rare, perfect pieces that survived decades untouched. Whether you're exploring coin rolls or browsing antique stores, you never know when you might uncover a 1990D dime in mint condition, a small but exciting find in the world of numismatics. Every coin in your collection tells part of the larger story of the United States Mint and the evolution of American currency. The 1990D dime captures a piece of that history, carrying the image of a beloved president, enduring symbolism of liberty and peace, and the craftsmanship of American coin design. For collectors, historians, and everyday viewers alike, this small 10-cent coin offers a fascinating look into both artistry and economy. Now we will explore the 1991p dime, also known as the 1991 Roosevelt dime, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the P mint mark placed just above the date on the obverse side of the coin. Like all Roosevelt dimes minted after 1965, the 1991 dime is composed of a copper-nickel clad, with an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. It has a standard diameter of 17.91 millimeters and a weight of 2.27 grams. The edge is reeded, which helps prevent counterfeiting and also provides a tactile feature for those handling the coin. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This design was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Roosevelt after his death in 1945. His leadership during the Great Depression and World War II made him one of America's most influential presidents. The design was created by John R. Sinnock, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. On the obverse, you'll see Roosevelt's profile facing left, along with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, the year 1991, and the mint mark P. On the reverse side, the design includes a torch at the center, symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left representing peace, and an oak branch on the right representing strength and independence. The motto E pluribus unum appears horizontally across the design, meaning out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the United States. Surrounding this central design are the inscriptions United States of America and one dime. In 1991, the Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of these Roosevelt dimes. While the 1991p dime is considered a common circulation coin, many collectors still seek out examples in uncirculated or proof-like condition. Coins that remain in mint state condition, especially those with sharp details, strong luster, and clean surfaces without contact marks, are more appealing to numismatists and can carry a higher premium compared to circulated examples. Now, let's talk about the coin's historical and collectible aspects. The 1991 Roosevelt dime was part of a long-running series that has been in continuous production since 1946. Even though it doesn't contain silver, the 1991p dime holds historical and nostalgic value for collectors of modern U.S. coins. Many people enjoy collecting Roosevelt dimes by year and mint mark, and the 1991p is an essential piece in that complete collection. Because the coin is clad rather than silver, its face value is 10 cents. But in the numismatic market, uncirculated and proof-like coins can sell for more depending on grade and condition. Some 1991 dimes that are certified by professional grading companies in high mint state grades, such as MS67 or MS68, can attract collector interest due to their rarity in pristine condition. Coins that show full bands on the torch, known as full torch or full bands, are especially desirable among Roosevelt dime specialists. The minting process in 1991 used advanced die preparation compared to earlier decades, resulting in sharper strikes and better detail on many examples. However, some coins from that year can show light striking or slight die wear, which can affect the sharpness of the design. Collectors often study the details on Roosevelt's hair, the torch lines, and the branches on the reverse to assess strike quality. When examining your 1991 P dime, pay attention to its luster and overall eye appeal. A bright, original luster that has not been cleaned or altered is a sign of an attractive coin. Cleaning a coin can reduce its value significantly, so it's always best to keep it in its natural condition. Coins stored carefully in protective holders, away from moisture and direct sunlight, tend to maintain their original brilliance over time. Some collectors also look for error coins from 1991. Minting errors can include off-center strikes, doubled dies, missing clad layers, or die cracks. While such errors are uncommon, they can make a 1991 P dime much more valuable. If you suspect your coin might have an error, it's a good idea to examine it under magnification or compare it to standard reference images of Roosevelt dimes from that year. The 1991 P dime is an important representative of late 20th century American coinage. It reflects the precision and consistency of the U.S. Mint's production methods, as well as the enduring design of the Roosevelt dime, which has now been in circulation for nearly 8 decades. Despite the coin's modest face value, it continues to capture the attention of collectors, historians, and those who simply appreciate American coins for their artistic and cultural significance. Many coin enthusiasts enjoy collecting Roosevelt dimes as part of a larger set of U.S. coins. Some collect by year and mint mark, others focus on finding the best possible condition coins, while others search for varieties and errors. The 1991 P dime fits nicely into all of these collecting strategies. When studying coins like the 1991 P dime, it's fascinating to think about how many millions of these small coins have passed through the hands of everyday Americans, through vending machines, cash registers, and pockets across the country. Each dime carries with it a small piece of American history, connecting people from one generation to the next. The Roosevelt dime remains one of the most recognized coins in U.S. currency. Its compact size and elegant design make it a favorite among casual collectors and serious numismatists alike. The 1991 P dime represents a period in modern coinage when the mint focused on durability, consistency, and efficiency, while still honoring one of the nation's most influential leaders. If you happen to come across a 1991 P dime in your change, take a closer look at it. Examine its details, check its condition, and consider adding it to your coin collection. It might seem like just a small 10-cent piece, but every coin has a story to tell, and the 1991 P dime tells a story of America's resilience, innovation, and dedication to preserving its history through coinage.